Hello and a very warm welcome back to my kitchen garden. This year I'm taking an edimentals approach to it, which is edible ornamentals to make it look pretty, full of food, full of flavour. We've got a heat wave coming up, so it's before 7 o'clock. It's already somewhat like over 20 degrees Celsius, and I wanted to give a nice little tour to show what's going on whilst I get about with some gardening jobs. So we'll start off with kind of the entrance to the tunnel, and I've got nasturtiums taking over, which is no bad problem. I'm just going to use this as a bit of a chop and drop just around some of the other plants that I have growing, because I'm trying to make some space here to plant some zinnias that I potted up the other week. So I'm going to place these zinnias in here just to create a bit of height, and then here I've got different sunflowers because I think that they work as such a nice little backdrop using this like tiered system, and it's all just kind of coming together. I've got Japanese wineberry in the back, which has been very busy in terms of flowering. In the front here in the hotbed, the growth of the comfrey's really starting to increase. I've got runner beans here and cornflowers, and then this is where I'm growing some of my winter squash. And then I've also planted some Blauschwoche, whatever pea it's called. That almost sounds like a expletive, probably is in some country. Pea that's going to grow up here, and I'm going to encourage it to grow over the sides. But yeah, this kind of area, just trying to fill it with food, because you can use unopened sunflower buds as like a artichoke heart alternative, which is fun. And then more kind of towards the back, there's just a few little details happening, including some more sunflowers and red orac. And then it kind of turns more into the wildy corner here, which I quite like. So right now I want to give everything. I've got a spray lance so I can reach closer to the base of the plants where I want to be watering, so I can concentrate the water rather than from up high and all of the water kind of goes and runs off. And at the moment, this kind of area here is feeling really vibrant. I've got a couple of courgettes here that I'm watering. And then again at the front, I've got a few different edible flowers like nasturtiums and sunflowers, and also a little pink chard, just to kind of add interest. That's kind of like my whole point. You can see this little tower of borage. Maybe it's just hiding behind, but the whole point of that is self-sown. And I've just let it grow up through the Cavolo Nero kale, just to add some more kind of interest, visual interest. And I can use the calendula flowers for garnishes. But I really like how this space is starting to feel. Like, for example, around here, I've got this runner bean structure that's adding a lot of height. I've got things like mallow and this glitter spinach, which is coming through so nicely. And I've planted some other things in and around it. So the idea is that there's going to be colour at the base of this, is what I call a living tower. So I'm really excited to see how this develops. And then naturally, like behind me, I've got the compost area. So I've planted, I think it's a blue Hubbard squash in the compost, which has doubled in size in the last few days. And then over here is going to be more of the kind of the flower area. So this red monarda is just starting to come through, and it looks stunning. And then in this bed here, I've got a few different things growing, including summer purslane, which is a beautiful kind of like nice citrusy leaf that is a very succulent leaf that is lovely for salads. And again, more beans to add structure. And I've got just starting to come through some little nigella plants, which will add little soft pops of colour. And just on the other side, which you can't see right now, I've also got a glorious looking Vietnamese coriander. Firstly, I just need to show off this amazing self-sown borage, which I'm very hesitant to actually pull out a lot of that to make space to plant out a load of plants that I have. So just appreciating it whilst it lasts. Down here is quite fun. I've got pea spring blush starting to grow and climb up this. And then she sow, not see show, A few of you are correcting me on my last video, apologies about that, with some Nigella growing through. And then this is a white borage, because I think the white borage is going to look so nice against the purpley green leaves of the shiso. Here, just some nice calendula coming through. Again, more sunflowers. I want pops of little dwarf sunflowers throughout the garden, adding a bit of height. And then this bed in front of me, well, there's nothing growing here right this moment, but I have got plans for some direct sowing. But I think after the heat wave, I have direct sowed some little Aztec broccolis that are very much just starting to come through. So I'll make sure they have a nice water. So we've got a few exciting things happening around here. There's loads of onions coming through, a little bit of garlic as well. But this corner is quite nice. I'm doing another little living tower. And one of the exciting things that I've got growing up here is the mashua, which is starting to really go up for it. And then at the base here, I have this really nice looking courgette that's just starting to come through and produce some nice fruits as well. And then in the front here, coriander, giving it a really good soaking, but I don't mind if that runs to seed for all the beautiful white delicate flowers. And then more towards the back, I got cucumbers. So excited about these cucumbers. Instead of creating like a pyramid structure, I've created more of a micro A-frame. And that's something that I'm doing a bit differently this year, because I feel it just will create a little bit more space. And we'll see how it goes. If I need to create some additional support, I can just thread some string around it just for the cucumbers to grow. But I think that's going to turn out quite nicely. And then in the front here, I got the first of the carrots starting to come through, which is a big plus because I've struggled with germinating them this year. And then I've also got some nice beetroot. This is some self-sown red aurak, which just looks insane, and I'm just going to allow it to see how big it can grow. And I might need to just add a little bit of support or extra stake or structure. Behind, I have got a herb border which needs a little bit of rescuing, which will be a nice fun job later, but you know, it's coming on fine. What is exciting though is this incredible leaf here. Like, look how vibrant that is. This green is insane. This is vegetable mallow. So as well as having these nice kind of almost like very pale purple flowers, these are leaves that I can chop up, add to a salad, cook. You can even like stuff them or wrap them like you would with grape leaves. And then around the back here, I've got peas, which is super exciting. Peas are coming in nicely. I've got beetroot down the bottom. This beautiful plant here, this is Cape gooseberry. No, Cape physalis. No, yes. No. Cape fuchsia. Yep. There we go, getting there, bit early in the morning. Anyway, the Cape got me. This is just a stunning plant that you can propagate very easily from softwood cuttings. So from this one plant, we've taken about 50 cuttings that have rooted from this plant. And there's these little trumpet-like flowers, which are edible. You can put them in a salad. And then around the front here, I've got some broad beans coming through. They're the crimson flowered broad beans, so they look beautiful earlier this year. And I've also planted the celebration runner bean in and around. It's going to grow up and produce these beautiful pink runner bean flowers. Here we're going to have absolutely loads of black currants. Still on the tart side. Very exciting though. This is laden. And then growing here, I've actually got some loganberries that I can harvest. They're kind of erupting through the fence from the other side. And that's going to be great. And I've also got plenty of rhubarb underneath at the base. So in here, a lot is happening. I'm being attacked by the grapevine that I need to retrain. I've also got apricots. The apricots are like, oh, I don't know, few days away from being ready, which is an absolute delight to have apricots in here. Plus it's nice, it just casts a little bit of shade, particularly for some of the other things growing in here. So I've got loads of tomatoes that are in with a soaker hose, and I've got cucumbers, and I got peppers, including padron peppers and lemon drop chili peppers. I'm very excited about the tomatoes. In the other tunnel, The first few have started to ripen, so it's getting so close to tomato season here, and I just find though having the soaker hose set down, it's a Gardena soaker hose, means that it's just so much easier to manage in terms of watering. I just leave it on low pressure and this is the tunnel sorted. Now it's already a bit hot to try and do some work whilst talking, so I've done the talking, I've done the tour. I'm going to go and do some gardening work now, but I hope you enjoyed that. I hope your garden survived the heat wave. The video that popped up will give you some tips to help with that, and you might also enjoy this video as well when you're having your nice little afternoon siesta. Goodbye.